大家好，我新风。我们来做一期杀手3达特穆尔的全成就挑战。然后由于我之前玩了，所以是没有跳出来成就的，但是我会详细的标注出来。然后我们带上一个纤维绳和一个开锁器，就可以开始游戏了。
Thornbridge Manor, the Carlyle family's home for countless generations. The Revenant Alexa Carlyle and her 3 adult children, younger brother Zachary, grandson and daughter-in-law, are all gathered to conduct Carlyle's sham funeral. Curiously, Carlyle summoned a famous London PI soon after arriving this morning, but his purpose at Thornbridge is yet unclear. Now, the target knows that you're coming, and her guard detail is top-notch. So Mr. Gray will secure their nearby field HQ and intercept all calls going in and out of the estate. Any appeal for backup is going to fall on very deaf ears. Good luck, gentlemen.
好了，我们目标是消灭克莱尔夫人，给拿到暗中。这边是克莱尔夫人请来的私家侦探，我们可以获取一个故事任务。
That is Phineas Whitmer, the famous private investigator hired by Madame Carlyle this morning. I'm curious why he's here. Maybe you should do some detecting yourself, 47.
好，追踪一下。我们在这个地方等他进来就好了，他到时候会走这边过去，然后把他勒进就好了。
I've never seen the place guarded like this, and I dare say I don't like it at all. This is what I mean. You have to be patted down before you see Madame Carlyle inside. I could just cry.
Sir, I just need to check. That's a bit excessive, I think, considering the fact that I spotted no less than 2 routes to get inside the house unseen.
We know what we're doing, sir. Don't worry about that.
.好了，他过来了。直接把他勒晕，换了他的衣服，获得一个小菜一碟。我亲爱的戴安娜，这个挑战。那我们到这个猎枪这里小保存一下。拿着这个猎枪，获得一个外出打猎的成就，然后载路。我们先慢点去找卡莱尔夫人，我们先出去一下。去这个地方拿一个撬棍，然后这边拿个报纸，好，我们再进去。
Mr. Whitmer, thank you for coming on such short notice. A great tragedy has fallen upon us, and I need a quick resolution, handled with absolute discretion.
Results and discretion are my speciality.
Very well. I suppose you will want to start at the crime scene.
In my experience, a thorough examination of a potential crime scene is half the job done.
Good. Fernsby will take over from here.
I am Mr. Fernsby, the butler. Madame Carlyle has asked me to assist you in any way possible. Mr. Whitmer, I understand that you've travelled from London. Would you care for some refreshments? Or do you prefer to go straight to Mr. Zachary's sleeping quarters?
I prefer to get started.
As you wish. If you'll follow me, sir.
Hello, sir.
我们直接去扎切里的房间。
Current affairs surround Madame Carlyle.
Hello, sir.
这里写的主要是获得他的字迹，然后获取他的笔记本电脑，发现他前几天逛了买东西的地方，然后去一家米市。这里有个平面图。
I'll consider her dead when I leave.
我们检查他的酒，发现了一个酒和一个瓶子，然后看他的死因，
The dead body?
发现他是一个死于毒素，晚上10点钟死于毒素。然后检查一下他的房间有没有探索完。
Lex's little brother.
我们跟这个
So
玩家
please
谈个
do
话。
come and see me when you finish your investigation of the crime scene. This is Mr. Zachary's room. To my right.
然后我们可以再问一遍
I'm done
更多
with the
信
crime
息。
scene.
Did you establish a time of death?
Zachary died around 10 o'clock last night.
That means the staff were off duty. And Madame Carlyle and her security didn't arrive until this morning. That leaves Madame's family and myself as the only persons here when he died. And before you ask, no, I do not have an alibi. I was alone in my office at the time of death. Here is the material that I prepared for you. It's a list of the possible suspects and their quarters. Hopefully that will help you keep track of your findings. Please come and see me when you've solved the case, and I will take you to Madame Carlyle.
告诉我他没有不在场证明，
This is very
然后
useful
有一些
information for
情
us.
报，嫌疑人都在这里。如果审问完，他会标一个已审问；如果不在场证明，他会标一个不在场证明。如果可以举报他，那这里可以标一个可疑。我们6个线索就找完了，我们
So
先
how does
在这里
one
等一
solve
下
a，murder mystery, 47?
等卡莱尔夫人过来。
Motive?
我们先开一个捷径，
Opportunity, I
我们刚拿了一个撬棍，用撬棍在这里直接
believe.
开一
May
个
I
捷径就可以了。
suggest you ask the suspects for alibis?
然后卡莱尔夫人会过来，我们先到密室里面等一下。好，我们这里窥视一下，
What we face.
获得一个成就叫偷窥者17。
I wonder what you would do. Attack? Regroup? Close the gates and wait it out?
那么等他坐下，在这边等他坐下。然后拿出我们的相机，拍照。如果这里拍照获得不了成就的话，我出去再拍，多拍几张。4轮时间，
It's all gone.
这个成就。好，拍完之后，我们下去问话。首先，我们先去一趟管家的房间。
That is the door to Mr. Fernsby's office.
顺便开一个保险丝，把他们引过来。 顺便把以后的一件事情顺便做一下，然后拿到一个日记，但这个日记与自杀日记不符，说明不是扎切里自己写的，然后获得一个管家的清单，说明自杀字迹也不符，说明不是管家杀的。啊，等他打开，把雷晕。在这边可以获得一个药。我说这个药跟这个痕迹不符，所以不是凶器。但是这里出现了一个东西，叫做可能的嫌疑人，就说明我们现在可以举报这个人了。我先去问一下小男孩。
Patrick Carlisle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
It's that sneaky
So watch
butler,
yourself
isn't
around him,
he? He
Mr.
ratted me out.
Don't worry about me. I think Patrick is giving you a really hard time. You deserve better than that, Lawrence.
Elaine, give us some privacy, would you? Don't tell Mother, okay? She's really tense these days, and the last thing I need is.
这里拿个台球。
I took that pretty blonde, Rosie, for an evening stroll. I mean, how the fuck am I expected to cope for an entire weekend in this shithole? I'm bored out of my mind. So, is that it?
What did you think of Zachary?
Creepy as hell. No ambition. Imagine deciding to live in a museum. You know, Father says Zachary and Alexei used to be two of a kind. He had a great future ahead of him. Then suddenly, he just gave up everything. What an idiot. Thank God Daddy chose looks and brains over pedigree when he married Mummy. I don't have to worry about the inbreeding so customary in these circles. If that's all, I think I'll get back to my slow death by boredom.
Did you see anything suspicious last night?
No. I reckon Zachary topped himself. I know I would have. Or perhaps Mr. Fernsby. I don't like him. He could have done it.
好，他说他昨天跟罗信在一起。我们先把这个存个档，然后砸他，获得一个母球撞击的成就，然后再载入，把他就扔了。我们去问一下罗茜到底什么情况。
Rosie, tell me what you did.
罗西是吧？
I'm in
罗
trouble,
西。
aren't I spent the evening with Patrick. We met after dinner and I went home at 1 in the morning. He said he needed someone real to talk to. When he looks at you, it makes you feel like the center of the universe. Like a real princess.
But now he just ignores her.
Well, he's under a lot of pressure.
He's an idiot. That's what he is.
Did you notice anything out of the ordinary? Any strangers outside the house?
No, we saw no one outside. Except Patrick's mother, Emma. We were sitting on the bench behind the greenhouse talking when she came out and we had to hide. You won't tell her about me and Patrick, will you? She'd insist Madame Carlisle fire me. I'm sure of it.
Too right she will. She's always going on about how things will change once she's in charge of Thornbridge Manor.
OK， 问完罗西之后，这就有一个确认有不太能证明的成就，确认有不太能证明这个条例。我们去找一下爱德华。
Professor Edward Carlisle, can you tell me your whereabouts for last night?
Oh, yes, this dreadful business with Zachary. I stay at the local inn. You see, I prefer not to spend the night here at Thornbridge Manor. My brother Gregory came along for a nightcap. He'll never admit it, but I think he understands that I find this whole thing upsetting and wanted to provide some comfort. I believe we went to the Stag's Head around 8:30. If that's all, a speech to write?
如果爱德华手上没有拿这个到此的话，我们要用摄像头扫一下。 找一下他的字迹。接下来我们去问一下格雷格里，他跟爱德华说跟他在一起。
Can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Oh, you're wondering about my alibi, Mr. Detective. Well, I left Thornbridge around 8:30 for a pint with Edward. I wish I hadn't. Quiz night at the inn. On the other hand, staying here with Zachary, my obnoxious sister, and the wife sporting another one of her headaches would have been a fate worse than death. The short of it, Zachary was very much alive when we left. I stayed for the last shout, and I was back here just before midnight. Anything else you want to...
Tell me about Zachary.
Zach? Huh. Such a sad old sod.
他们两个互证了，不在场证明。
A bit heavy on the bottle, but who could blame him? Only company he had was his rare plants and mother, who travels more than she stays here. Honestly, I can't say which is the bigger bore. He's better off dead. Is that all? Not very thorough.
Anything else you'd like to tell me?
Nothing really. I'm just enjoying the show. Our perfect mother obviously fucked up, didn't she? Faking her own death. You know, she's explained nothing to us. I think she's scared to own up to her own mistake.
好，我完了。那我们拿出我们的，我们先存个档，拿出我们的报纸，砸晕它。我们可以获得一个2手新闻的成就。我们载入一下。
Emmer Carlisle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Surely I'm not a suspect.
I need to account for everyone.
Well, I spent the evening with my family, but I got an awful migraine and had to take to bed. Everyone can attest to that. I believe I went up when the boys sat down for a drink around 8 o'clock. Anything else you want to know?
然后我们去找这个贝贝卡。
Rebecca Carlisle, can you tell me about yesterday evening?
We don't really see much of each other, my brothers and I. I suppose it takes our mother's funeral to bring us together, and even then, it's not like we sit on each other's laps. Now, let's see. Patrick, Gregory's son, disappeared straight after dinner. You know, I think he might be in some sort of trouble. Edward wanted to go as well, but Gregory convinced him to stay for a few drinks before they went off for a pint at the local at 8:45. I swear Gregory enjoys Edward's discomfort over staying here. I had a conference call with my New York office at 9, so I spent 3 hours on my laptop in my room and went straight to bed afterwards. I don't know about Emma. She did act a bit strange. You know, I bet she was making lists for changes needing to be done once she gets her hands on Thornbridge Manor. Quite the shock she had when Mother arrived during breakfast. Is that everything, Mr. Whitmer? I do have a lot to see to.
我们接下来去拿一个锤子。贝贝卡说他一直在电话会议。我们接下来做一个锤晕全家的成就。啊，忘记了，我们先存一个档。往这里存一个档。好，把它打晕，再把它锤晕。这里可以拿到一个贝瑞卡的钥匙。 卧室钥匙跟一个代币。下面都在小男孩这里。等管家过来，等管家过来把管家打晕，可以拿到管家的办公室钥匙跟一个代币，可以换成一个2便士的任务的挑战。然后管家有一个钥匙，这是第3把钥匙。之前在管家办公室里面拿到一把钥匙，那个总房间钥匙是第1把钥匙。 好的，拿过来之后，我们直接掏出我们的小手枪，一枪，再来一枪， 然后拿出我们的锤子，锤晕，然后一个钥匙跟一个代币，完成一个2便士的任务。那我们直接去爱德华的房间。掏出报纸扔过去，打断他们2个在看戏的群体。拿出锤子，转过身去的时候直接砸晕。让我们来到格雷格和艾玛。他们2个过来吧，站在一起更好砸一点。啊，他过来了。在这里直接砸晕，然后拿到一个温室的钥匙，这里直接砸晕，拿到一个他的钥匙，这样我们就全部已经拿完了6个钥匙，然后我们直接载入。接下来去楼上搜索房间。我们先去瑞贝卡的房间，扎切里的房间已经搜索过了。在这边啊，瑞贝卡的房间。瑞贝卡的房间一共有2个线索，一个是笔记本电脑，这可以证明他的不在场证明。然后还有一个字迹。字迹与自杀字条不符，然后笔记本电脑确实开了这么多会，不太能证明。接下来我们去这里面，他会进来这里面，我们可以窥视一下，这也可以完成窥视者47这个成就。
Christ, you really don't have a clue, do you? I'm talking about that weasel Arthur Edwards. Can we get back what he stole from me?
So far, it looks like we can't. All the transfers of funds and privileges I've been through have been bulletproof. He intercepted the arrangements our office worked years to put in place.
That's why Don Yates should be here. He made the arrangements. He should bloody well be the one to clean up this whole mess.
I don't know what to say. I'm sorry.
Don't kill the messenger, Alexa. Please, continue your efforts, Mr. Ford.
好，他走完之后，等这个保安再次去穿边的时候，让我们把他们2个都砸晕。内晕他，捡他手枪，换了他的衣服，这是一个保镖，变色龙第2个。这个律师是个瞎子，不用管他。直接给他砸晕。换上律师的衣服，完成一个别杀信使的成就。然后我们再过来调查一下笔记本电脑，完成一个正义的代价的成就。
This all confirms that Arthur Edwards stole everything from Madame Carlyle. Perhaps you should let her know how.
那我们离开这个房间。我们接下来去格雷格里和艾玛的房间。这有一个狗权杖，拿出来可以有一个喜欢狗吗的成就。这有一个温室钥匙，温室钥匙链，高跟鞋是可以拍的。好，这有一个艾玛母亲的来信。我一看到艾玛的来信，艾玛母亲的来信说艾玛是蒙哥马利的私生女。然后这里拿上她的手杖，拿上这个狗手杖。这边有两个偷情的，我们可以用来拍照。我这一直都拍不出一个所以然来，所以这个挑战是没有完成。我不知道这是 bug 还是怎么说。这里获得一个蒙哥马利的信，这个信是可以证明扎切里是自杀的。我们现在就可以看一下这个嫌疑人，发现他是个可能嫌疑人。好，我们现在去温室找艾玛的嫌疑证据。因为这一段视频是补录的，所以有一些大部分应该都对得上。我们去这里拿一个扳手。然后观察左边有没有人看你用开锁器，然后就进去。进去把这个蒸馏装置修好，然后拿这个毒花做一个毒药，获得一个毒藤的成就。然后观察他的日记。
This is a table showing lethal dosages for the poison used to kill Zachary.
这边有一个船的钥匙。这个温室可以证明艾玛她是一个嫌疑人。接下来我们就可以去找那个夫人了。好的，我们在这里停一下。现在我们可以直接去结束调查了。结束调查一瞬间就有去上顶楼的权限，我们可以去上顶楼。因为这边拿的那个狗权杖。打开这神秘开关，又获得一个成就。然后这边拿了一个独角兽，神秘魔法的一个成就。我们先慢点进去。我们从这边先上去。我们这里可以解锁一个捷径，这个捷径的成就。那我们可以下去跟他聊天。
Please go ahead.
我们这里保存一下。我们先指控他自杀。
I need to see some evidence to believe that, Mr. Whitmer.
Zachary was found dead in a room locked from the inside. He died from a rare poisonous plant he cultivated himself. He believed you were dead and a suicide note explained that he did not have the courage to go on without you.
That's what I don't buy. I cared for him deeply, but the truth is he hated my guts. My death would not make him commit suicide, I can promise you that.
Perhaps the death of your older brother, Montgomery, then. I have found evidence showing that you and Zachary killed him nearly 50 years ago. I believe that was when Zachary turned recluse. Your brother recently uncovered proof that your past deeds were for nothing. A letter from Montgomery stating that he wanted you, Madame Carlyle, to take over from your father instead of himself, as you were better suited to the job. Everything would have turned out the way you wanted, without anyone dying. What broke Zachary once, now destroyed him.
And you saw this letter?
I did.
Oh, Zachary. How royally I fucked up. Mr. Whitmer, I'm sorry, I just need to gather my thoughts. Right. The payment for your services, have you decided on an amount?
我们这里选钱，
I'll send you an invoice.
两个其实都一样，有不同的任务故事，有不同的故事，你可以有兴趣的可以自己看一下。
The irony is even deeper than you know. It's all gone. Everything I expected. I killed my older brother to protect the family legacy, drove my little brother mad in the process, and now I've managed to lose everything to a fucking secretary. Would you believe it? The road to hell is paved with good intentions. I trust you'll see yourself out. I need to excuse myself. I need some privacy. Thank you.
你都得等一会儿。哦，他自己跳下去了。我们可以获得一个成就，叫做有人可能会弄伤自己。我们重新再录一下。接下来我们指控艾玛。
Your niece, Emma Carlyle, murdered your
刚刚我们那个成就可以解锁一个愧疚问题。
Emma is not my niece. She's my daughter-in-law.
And your niece. Emma is the illegitimate child of your late older brother, Montgomery, who you and Zachary killed 46 years ago.
That's preposterous.
You asked me to find out what happened to Zachary. Would you rather not know?
No. No, go on.
I found a letter from Emma's mother, Jane, who was the fiancée of your older brother at the time of his death. She witnessed how you and Zachary pushed him off the balcony. She believed you did it to steal the Carlyle empire from her and her unborn child. And she raised Emma to reclaim what she lost, marry your heir, Gregory, get revenge, and secure the Carlyle empire for her bloodline generations to come.
Emma is the daughter of Montgomery and that local girl, Jane.
She is.
Well, the girl got it wrong. I didn't steal anything. I did what was necessary to protect the future of the Carlyles. Montgomery wasn't cut out to take over from father. All heart and no balls.
Emma used the funeral gathering to speed up her installment as the lady of the house, seizing the opportunity to stage Zachary's suicide. She did her homework, used a poison made from one of Zachary's rare plants, found old floor plans from Thornbridge Manor to gain access to his room through a secret passage.
That scheming bitch.
More than you think. I found proof that she will try to poison you next.
Well, I'll have to take care of that. Thank you, Mr. Whitmer. You have not disappointed. I promise promised you I would reward you generously if you solved the case. So, what do you suggest?
这里要选钱。
Thank you, Mr. Whitmer. I trust you'll see yourself out. I need some privacy. Thank you.
啊，这是我们跟着他，
Sir.
拿出我们的祖传牵尾手。直接给他绞死就行了。我们可以获得一个钢琴家的成就。啊，重新载入。这是我们指控管家。
Mr. Fernsby killed Zachary.
Fernsby? Oh, you've got that wrong. He would never do such a thing. He is the most loyal man I have ever met.
I found pills in his office that matches the poison that killed your brother. Furthermore, I found Zachary's notebook, half burned, in Mr. Fernsby's fireplace. It showed that Zachary intended to publish a written confession to a murder the two of you committed nearly 50 years ago. The murder of your older brother, Montgomery.
That's outrageous. We did no such thing.
No need to feign innocence. I know a killer when I see one, and my discretion is assured. The papers also described how Mr. Fernsby helped you stage the murder of Montgomery as an accident. I believe he killed Zachary not to be exposed as an accomplice to murder.
You are wrong, Mr. Whitmer. He did not do it to protect himself. He did it to protect the Carlyle legacy. Mr. Fernsby, like myself, understands that sacrifices must be made to secure stability and prosperity. Mr. Whitmer, I'd appreciate it if your findings never leave this room. I understand Fernsby's actions, and there is no need for them to have more consequences than they already have. Fernsby was very fond of Zachary, and I'm sure his decision will haunt him to the day he dies. About your reward, have you considered an amount?
这是我们选案中。
The file you have on Arthur Edwards.
Arthur Edwards, the constant. That must mean you're... I expected you'd show up. But you're not here to kill me. If you were, you would have already. The enemy of my enemy, I suppose. You can have it. You earned it. The file you want is in the...
那这个案中，我们可以获得一个靠近凶残的成就，和一个
That's the file on Arthur Edwards.
忠诚问题的成就。
Time to take care of
然后我们直接下去，就不杀他了。下到2楼，存一个档，不要覆盖第一个存档。